The clock on the nightstand read 2:13 a.m. The silence of the apartment wasn't empty, it was filled with a thick, wet sound. Crunch, slurp, snap. Rose didn't move. She didn't even breathe. She just eased her eyes open, her heart hammering a frantic rhythm against her ribs. At the foot of the bed, a silhouette was hunched over, bathed in the sickly gray glow of the streetlights. It looked like her. It had her tangled nest of blonde hair and her favorite oversized gray hoodie, but its spine was a jagged mountain range, twisted at an angle no human skeleton could survive. T's jaw hung loose, unhinged like a snake's, as it gnawed on something slick and crimson. Crunch. Something small and pale hit the hardwood floor. Rose's gaze drifted down to her own left hand. Her pinky was a jagged, raw stump. The white of the bone stared back at her for one silent heartbeat before the nerves finally caught fire. She screamed, a raw, tearing sound. The thing's head whipped around. The face was hers, but the smile was a catastrophe. The skin at the corners of its mouth split open, weeping dark fluid as the grin stretched toward its ears. "You taste better asleep," it rasped. The overhead light hummed, flickering with a violent, strobe-like intensity. Rose scrambled back, feet hitting the floor as she bolted for the bathroom. She slammed the door, the bolt clicking home just as the light outside died. The reflection, she leaned over the sink, gasping, her hand wrapped in a blood-soaked towel. She looked up into the mirror to check her face, to see if she was still real. She froze. The girl in the mirror wasn't shaking. Real Rose was hyperventilating, tears streaking her cheeks, but mirror Rose stood perfectly, eerily still. The reflection's eyes were cold, empty. Slowly, the double raised a hand with all 10 fingers, and pressed a single digit to its lips. Shoo. Behind her, the bathroom door creaked. The lock hadn't broken. The door simply drifted open as if the physical world no longer cared about rules. Rose spun around, her back hitting the cold glass of the mirror. Nothing. The hallway was a throat of pure shadow. When she turned back to the mirror, the glass was empty. No Rose. No bathroom tile. Just a silver void. Then, she felt it, a hot, humid breath against the nape of her neck. "Your eyes," the voice vibrated inside her ear canal, "are my favorite part." The harvest Rose turned. The creature was right there, a mess of gore and mimicry. It looked fuller now, more solid. It had her finger. It had patches of her skin stitched onto its frame like a horrific quilt. It reached out, its hands moving with a heavy, deliberate grace. Its fingers didn't just touch her cheeks, they sank in. It felt like hooks sliding into warm wax. Rose tried to scream, but the sound was muffled by the creature's palms. It gripped the edges of her hairline and pulled. The sensation wasn't a cut, it was appealing. Her vision blurred into a red haze as her own face was stripped away in one heavy, wet sheet. She felt the cold air hit the raw meat of her skull. The creature unhinged its jaw one last time and pressed the stolen mask of Rose's face over its own raw features. The skin fused. The bleeding stopped. The exit a minute later, the front door of the apartment clicked shut. Rose walked into the lobby, her gait smooth and her hoodie pulled tight. She looked tired, but normal. Just another girl heading out into the cool night air. The night guard looked up from his crossword. "Working late, Rose?" She turned to him, her smile a fraction too wide, her teeth a little too bright. "Yeah," she said. Her voice was perfect. But as she stepped past the floor-to-ceiling lobby mirrors, her reflection didn't follow. The image in the glass stayed behind, standing perfectly still in the center of the frame. It watched the Rose walk out into the city, its jaw working rhythmically as it continued to chew.